Hello YouTube, this is Frank, and this is July 17th, 2023, and this is my 69th video and my 4th Libre Computer video. And today's topic is the kind of to refine that sdr104 mode for the Libre Potato, and more specifically we'll be looking at the Synopsys max frequency. And we need to refine our SD104 mode, we need to read the dmessage output to find out some more information about that SD card reader. And then when we find out it's actually a Synopsys SD card reader. Now, Libre Computer, they use, on their website, they recommend Ubuntu and Raspbian. And for SD cards, they recommend Samsung and SanDisk. Now, for me, I use Armbian, and I use Walmart and PMY cards. Walmart and PMY, when I look at it, they have the same manufacturer ID. And so what we're going to do is make changes to our SD ultra high speed 104 device tree that we did in video 68. Conclusion, the Libre Computer test to screen cards is really nice. It's pretty fast, and it'll give you an indication if you need to look further on, if you suspect something is not quite right with the card speed. Inexpensive U3 V30 cards, they perform well. That I use that $6 PNY card. Yeah, we need and when we're looking at our cards, we're looking at fast U3 cards, fast U3 readers, and the mode has to be enabled, and we're looking at the frequency. That's kind of the main topic here of this one, is trying to find out that maximum frequency of that card reader. I'm going to take this down, and let me show you what I got. Let's see, I'm going to zoom in on that. Let's see if I can zoom in on that screen. Is that better? All right, I wrote some notes down to make sure I try to remember what I was going to say. Let's see. Yeah, we're looking at the ultra high speed on an SD card, and specifically that SDR104 mode. And I believe I've got Armbian Linux 6.42 here. And what we're doing today is refining the maximum frequency. And it's not obvious, but it's not hard. Now, while I'm here, let me show you how to find the manufacturer ID. Just open a terminal right here. And I'm going to move that terminal over here. And let's go to the change directory to the root, and we're going. It's the sys directory right there is where we're going. To sys, and we're going to go to the block subdirectory. Then we're going to go to the MMC. And now we're going to go to the device subdirectory. And let's see here now. there it is right there. See, manufacturer ID. And you just cat that right there, cat manufacturer ID. And there's the manufacturer ID for that, for the P and Y card. Now this, whenever I look, now, see, I'm buying these, I'm going to get my pen right here. I'm buying these P and Y bulk cards. They come in the, get them from the Walmarts, Walmart.com, sold and shipped by the Walmarts. They come in the bulk package, and I'm seeing the same manufacturer ID as the Walmart cards, but I get the V30 U3 cards. This is a 128 gigabyte, but I believe the PMY ones that I got is 64 gigabytes. Let me show you. I'm going to X out. So let me print working directory. That's where I'm at right there. Just go to that directory, and it shows you all those the info on your cards. I think there's even got a date of your manufacturer right there. I'm going to exit this. Let me show you right quickly. So here's those PMY cards that I buy in bulk right there on the sold and shipped by the Walmart.com, and it's U3 V30. I've been using those Walmart cards for years, and I have not had any trouble with them. So I'm going to close this one out. Let's see here now. We need to search that. The D-message output for to find out more about that card reader. Let me show you how to do that. We need to get us a terminal. Well, I'm gonna move that terminal over here so I can point at it. And you can just type D-message, and that gives you all those diagnostic messages from the kernel. But what I'm going to do, let me clear this right here. Now what I'm going to do is do a D-message, and I'm going to pipe that to less. Just pipe it to the less command so I can page through this listing a little easier. And you just kind of scroll through here, and we're going to be looking for that SD card reader. Let me see here. Let's see here now. Is this getting close to it right here? Let me scroll down a little bit here. Oh, here, yeah, this is getting close to it right. It's starting to give you those secure digital controller diagnostics, and this is what I'm talking about right there. So Synopsys DesignWare multimedia interface driver, and see here's my potato right here, Libre Computer. And so what I'm looking for is that some more information on that. Here's the front of that card, and the potato, and turn it over. And I'm looking for the information on that card reader, SD card reader, and that's what it is right there. So if we were to search for that Synopsys DesignWare multimedia interface driver, that's what we need to kind of refine our maximum. And if we go to the Synopsys website, it's right here, Synopsys technical bulletin, this kind of DesignWare mobile storage host controller, and you just kind of scroll down just a little bit right here, and there it is right there. So SDR104 200 megahertz. That's the maximum frequency of operation. So that's what I'm looking at to kind of refine my device tree overlay. Let me see what have I got here. But let's see what I got before I forget. Armbian on their forums, they have some a lot of good information on their card performance. Now they give a little more a detailed test. You'll see that test right there. A good bit if you're searching for card performance. Back up here. We'll get to that in just a minute. Let me show you. Now the card, the specs say it should be 208 megahertz for the sdr104 mode. Let's see over here on the Synopsys, they say their maximum frequency is 200 megahertz. So that's what I'm trying to refine right there. So that's got my kind of get my knowledge. I mean, get my maximum frequency right there. Because sometimes you'll see where the maximum frequency is less than than that standard right here. And we'll show some more about that. Let me see what I got here. This is on the Libre Computer website, and they do have some quick tests to run on your SD cards. Now, if they don't pass this test right here, the read and the write test, we need to look for something somewhere where it's either the card or the reader or some kind of mode that's not being set. Now, I'm going to close this window right here because I'm through with it. Let's see here now what we got. And what I'm talking about is on the Libre Computer website, posted on 2017, where they're comparing the performance of the Potato and the Raspberry Pi 3. You just kind of scroll on down here, and it's down here a little bit further. Yeah, right here. See that mode right there? The sdr104 ultra high speed mode right there. And it's you get a good bit of performance if you've got a card, that's rated at U3, that high speed. It's worthwhile to find out if there's something wrong with the reader or the mode or the device tree. So let me close that window right here. I'm through with it. Now we need to get the wiring tool from Libre Computer. That's on their GitHub site. That's the Libre Computer project and their wiring tool. Now they, if you scroll down here just a little bit, now they do not support Armbian. Now I use Armbian. Now Armbian, it's not very hard to do their device tree overlays. I think that if you get to the Armbian website, they've got a device tree overlay page right here. So that should not be a problem for device tree overlays. Let me see here what I got. I'm gonna close this one right here, the wiring tool. Wait, while I'm here, whenever I get the wiring tool, I usually just download the whole zip file, and because I want to kind of play with it a little bit, and if I mess up, I just delete the whole directory and unzip zip that file again, and I kind of mess up quite often. Let's see here. Now what I'm talking about is Armbian. when I get Armbian, you just go to the download page. And they support a lot of these single board computers. And I think that, so they got 80. They just go down here to the, let's see here now. The potato, just mash right there on the potato. And I go down here to the bottom, and I get the very latest Linux kernel, because I want to play with the very latest Linux kernel. And Armbian, that's one reason why I like playing with Armbian, is they have the latest Linux kernel. See right there, July 16th. I think this one was released, 6.43 was just a few days ago. And they've already got their release built right there with the new version. Let's see. I'm going to close this window right here. Now, when I talk about Libre Computer, their Ubuntu, see, it's on their website. Just click downloads and Ubuntu, and it takes you to their page for where they have their distributions. And see right here, distro server, just smash right there. And there's, now when I talk about the Libre Computer Ubuntu distribution, this is what I'm talking about. And there's the potato right there. That's 905. I'm going to close this window. I'm through with it. I'm going to close this window. I'm going to keep that one open right there for just a minute. So we got our, let's see, where is it at? Yeah, designware. All right, you know, let me see here now. Remember what I was doing. Okay, we got our message output. We got our maximum frequency. Okay, let's modify that. Let's see if I got. Yeah, there's. So here's I downloaded the LibreTech wiring tool, and last time on video 68, I pulled out that SD. Ultra high speed, and I made my version SD ultra high speed 104. So let's just, I'm gonna just cat it, and let's show you what I'm talking about. So here's that in my last video, added the 104 line, and I went by the table. I went by the specs, well, the specs for the 104 frequency, and it's supposed to be 208 megahertz. But there's, but see, let me get back to this window right here. See, Synopsys, see, they're saying their maximum is 200 megahertz, so we need to change that. Let's see, this, that's, oops, wrong one. There's it right. Let me see if I can blank some of this stuff out. So what I'm going to do, let me just, so here's our device tree overlay right there. And I'm going to mouse pad. Oops. All right. Let me just go to the top here. This was from Libre Computer. This is their device tree overlay that I modified in video 68. There's my notes right there. Now I'm going to change. I'm going to put my modify date right here. Oops, July 17, 2023. Did I spell that right? Synopsys? How do you spell Synopsys? Got two Y's. All right, so all right. Now I'm gonna change what I did. Change the max frequency from 208 megahertz to 200 megahertz per Synopsys. I still didn't spell that right. I'll just put a link in here. Let's see. I should be able to. Yeah, I should be able to document where I got this from. Let me just copy. And I should be able to paste that in here. And that's where I got my timing from, the maximum frequency. And I'm going to put visited July 2023. I like to document where I get these magic numbers from, because you look at all these numbers and I don't know where they come from. So let's change this here. I'm gonna keep that one, and then I'm going to change this 208 right here. See that 208? I'm going to change that to 200 megahertz right there. And that kind of documents what I did. I wonder if I can save that. Save. All right, and then it's not very hard. There's my. I just kept my device tree overlay. There's where I just changed it. And if we go to the Armbian website right here, there's the Armbian documentation website and device tree overlays. And what we're doing is this one right here. It's compile and run and activate that thing. It's not very hard. Now what I'm going to do though is I'm going to save. I'm going to save. Let me do that right here in this window. So see, it says right here that that's in the boot subdirectory. Now I save a copy. I save a copy of that original boot environment, and that's it right there. I did that in video 68. So let me just copy that, because that'll be just like the original boot environment without me messing with it. Oops, I got to sudo. I got to sudo copy it. And there's, one thing I like about Armbian is they keep a copy of that original boot environment, and if I mess up, I can just copy over my changes, and I'm back to my original environment. Otherwise, I can just reflash the card, just re-image the card. And we do that device tree overlay thing. It does create that overlay user directory. This is from video 68 where I had that device overlay. I'm going to remove that. And then I'm on user overlay directory right there. That's what that Armbian device overlay tool creates. I'm just going to remove that one. Sudo remove directory. All right, so now I'm back to where the original Armbian. Let's just cat that Armbian. And that's the original boot environment. And let's just change over. I think I've got it. I have it over here on this one right here. So all I got to do is let me show you what I'm doing right here. It's this right here. Sudo Armbian add overlay. Oops, let me get every, I got to get back to my sudo Armbian add overlay, and that overlay is that I want to add is that SD ultra high speed 104. All right, and that's got our changes, and now all we have to do is reboot it, and we've got our correct refined maximum frequency. Cat. Oops. We should have our 200 megahertz. And so if we go over here to our, so here's our window right here. There's the overlay, the overlay tool, that SD104, and then, and there's the overlay directory right there for our user. Right there, and that's just ready to reboot it. And I think we refined our maximum frequency. But anyway, that's what I got right here for our. Let me see before I close out. Let me see if I was supposed to say anything else. I'll forget. Yeah, we did this. Yeah. So if we're looking, when I was looking at I had those two potatoes, and I was looking at the frequencies there, and when it first came up, the Libre computer, the Ubuntu, it had a good bit faster read time, and then when I added their device tree to Armbian, I'm kind of pretty much close to the Ubuntu distribution from Libre. And then whenever I changed the device tree to add that sdr104 mode, it came close to doubling that read speed, kind of like what we saw on that. I forgot to look to see if that's. Yeah. We came close to doubling that read speed. That's what I was seeing on that website from Libre Computer. So I think it got everything covered that I wanted to say. So I'm gonna put this back up. So yes, thank y'all for watching. Refining that maximum frequency. I'm gonna stop this right here.